And one of the passengers on board that plane, Flight 93, that crashed in Pennsylvania, a college student, 20-year-old Deora, on standby, heading back to start her junior year of college, getting on that fateful flight. For the last 20 years, her mom, Debbie, works through the pain, the loss, by making sure we all don't forget. We remember her daughter and the others on board. I spoke to Debbie about the 20th anniversary of this tragic event and asked if this year feels different.
I guess you've read my mind in how it does seem different. And I think what seemed different, at least this year for me, is emails and the outpouring I've received from Deora's friends and what it's been like for them. And that is new for me. It seems new for me for some reason. But I now notice I'm focused on, oh yeah, what has it been like for them, these past 20 years? I'm starting to get a glimpse of maybe what Deora would be like, 20 years, since 20 years ago. And yeah, it's a little different this year. I just started noticing that as of last night, as I was reading, emails and texts and that from her friend.
She was a wonderful person, I've been reading, and of course, many friends, and was visiting friends, and was on a standby flight when this happened, when she boarded Flight 93.
Yes, she was a standby passenger. She was visiting some of her girlfriends on the East Coast. She was heading back to San Francisco to start her junior year at Santa Clara University, and her girlfriend was also starting school that day as a junior at Farley Dickinson, and Deora wanted her to get to school on time. And it's just the kind of friends she had and the way she rolled. Yeah.
And you got the call from one of her friends. You didn't know at that particular point. Her friend told you she was on Flight 93.
Yes, I knew she was flying that day. I just didn't know that she had decided to take an earlier flight. She was booked on the flight just after Flight 93, United 93. So yeah, and it was because of her girlfriend who gave me a call. She heard about Flight 93 crashing, and she knew that was the flight that Deora was trying to catch to get home.
And had you been watching the 9/11 coverage at that point?
No, I was in California, so it was rather early. I was busy getting ready for work, and Deora's sister Muriel was busy getting ready for school. She was 10 years old at the time, so we were in that get to school, get to work mode. And it wasn't until I got to work and received the phone call from Allie that I knew it didn't sound very good at the time. And I found myself calling United to try and get some information. I even asked her girlfriend to go back to the airport to see if Deora did get on that flight or if she was waiting at the airport. Deora had her cell phone, but this was 2001, so she forgot her charger and made her final call to her boyfriend to pick her up early and in San Francisco. But, Allie didn't see her get on board the plane. So I asked her to go check, and she wasn't able to get into the airport to get that answer for me.
And once you realized that she was on that flight, I can't imagine the devastation.
I was truly blessed in a way. I was at Stella Maris Catholic Church across the street from where I worked in La Jolla, California. And, I asked God where she was. I heard his voice say, "She's with me." And then my telephone rang, and it was Sharon DeWitt from United Airlines. And she informed me that Deora was on board Flight 93. I remember screaming in the church. I remember being surrounded by people who were at that church, total strangers to me. And they were there to, try and comfort me and give me water, rosaries. Someone even went out and got the priest for me. So it was was quite a amazing place for me to be, surrounded by these people I didn't even know.
You've been memorializing your daughter in so many ways. Talk about the trail and how it connects the different sites and what happened on 9/11.
Yeah, the September the 11th National Memorial Trail was conceived as an idea and brought to fruition and by David Brickley. What a great way to connect people. What a great way to discover, the beauty that connects these three sites. What a way to just be educated about what happened on September the 11th. There's so many opportunities for people to remember September the 11th while on this trail. It's becoming so big for me that to even talk about it, I could spend hours talking about what could be, what's available on this trail. I noticed how the beauty was what would speak to Deora, and the outdoors and the nature, and even the urban feel that this trail goes through many urban areas. The trail isn't just for cycling, it's for hiking. It's maybe a bench.
And like you
reflecting.
said, really
Yeah.
connecting people in so many ways. And we certainly are thinking of Deora on this day and the others on Flight 93 and all of the heroes and you. And our thanks to you.
Thank you.
And Debbie, of course, will be at today's memorial, a private gathering with friends and family to honor the 40 people on board that flight, Flight 93.